Hey guys, it's Neil again from Heart of Texas Armory, and today I want to bring you guys a video talking about 3 new Vostok watches that really caught my eye. So they're really cool looking designs, and they have a new bracelet which I think is really interesting. So I'm here at marinome.com. I know a lot of you guys are familiar with this website. In my opinion, it's probably the best place to purchase your Vostok watches from Russia. They have a ton of watches available. They're all categorized here, so they're easy to find. They have specs, and shipping is not too long. Usually it's going to take between 2 and 5 weeks to come from Russia, at least to the United States. But this is my preferred place to purchase. And when you go to the home page here, so right on the main page, they always list their latest releases here that are available. So let's scroll through a few here and take a look at some interesting designs. So these here are neat, but they're a little bit too big for me, so we're going to go past them. These 020 cases here, these special editions, are really nice. I think I have a video on these already on my website, or on my YouTube channel, excuse me. But these are pretty cool because you get the upgraded bezel, the new silicone dive strap, and they don't have the date function. So if you are annoyed by the slow Vostok date change, these don't have no date window, so you don't have to worry about that, which is pretty neat. Really cool looking watches, $130, great deal. We'll scroll through a few more here. There's one other one that really looks nice. This one, that 710 Pepsi, that is a really nice watch with this upgraded dive style strap, and then the Pepsi bezel, of course, blue dial. That's a beautiful watch. This one too looks pretty impressive, but it is a bit large. But these watches here are not what I'm actually going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 960 special editions, the Neptune style case, and unfortunately currently they are out of stock. I wanted to purchase one of these over the weekend, and they literally sold out in a day or two. So I suggest, if you're interested in any of these special edition Vostoks and you visit the website, they're in stock, go ahead and buy it because they go very quick. You know, I held off one day and they were all sold out. So let's switch over to the next tab here. Here we go. And here are these new watches that really caught my eye. I think all 3 colorways here are beautiful. We've got a kind of turquoise bluish green one here, the orange one, which that is the one I was probably going to purchase. This is either going to be the blue or the orange. And they also have the green that kind of has that Hulk green color, which is pretty neat. But these 2 really stand out to me personally, just the colors. You know, I like blue dials, I like black dials. This is a nice color combination here. And I was really leaning toward this orange because I don't currently own any watches with an orange dial, and they really pop on the wrist and make a great summer watch. So that's the one I was going to purchase, but of course they went out of stock so quick, and I'm really upset. But with these you get a lot of cool little upgrades besides the colors here. You get the upgraded bezel, you get the signed crown, and you get this new bracelet, which I want to show you guys in a little more detail here in a minute. But what I want to show you first, before we look at the bracelet and these watches in a little more detail, I want to show you a little trick here at marinome.com. So if you create an account with Marinome, if you select your country as one of the English-speaking countries, and probably a lot of other countries as well, the prices are going to be listed in USD, so US money here. But you can click this little button right there, switch it over to Russian, and you'll see the price changes to 10,900p. And let me show you what that converts to, and you can pay with this using PayPal, so it's still secure. We'll go over here to this little calculator here. So 10,900 Russian rubles equals $136.58. So you're basically saving $23 and change switching it over to Russian currency instead of USDS. So that's just a little trick. If you want to save a little bit of money on these, you can always switch it over to Russian currency and pay with that and save some money. So good little trick. But we'll go ahead and switch it back over here to US prices, as it's just easier to see and understand for most of us. And let's look at these watches in a little more detail. So I've got one open here. This is the bluish green dial. So let's take a look at these pictures. Again, kind of that really pretty turquoise kind of color here, bluish green color. This is the Neptune case, the 960, which is a really neat case style. I've actually never personally owned one of these, which is why I really wanted to jump on these, particularly with this new bracelet. So let's switch through a few of the pictures here. There is that new bezel with the new bezel insert, and I've used this bezel before. It is a huge improvement over the standard bezel, but it is a bit slick still. You can see it's solid. It's all polished here along the bezel edge. I do wish they put a little grip cut into right there, maybe some coin edging on these sections here, and I think that would improve this bezel immensely. But even as it is right now polished, it's a huge improvement over the standard. You do get the signed Vostok crown, which is a nice upgrade as well. There's a close-up look at that bracelet lug there. So the end link here is solid, and we'll look at this in a little more detail in just a second. Here's a look at the beautiful dial. So you get that Neptune logo, which I think that is such a cool logo. One of the best logos I've ever seen on the watch face. It is a bit large, but it just looks really nice in my opinion. Most of the Neptune watches have that on the dial, as well as sometimes on the case back. You do get the larger hands, which are nice too. A lot of the SE watches get that, so you can see the seconds hand reaches all the way out to the chapter ring, as well as the minutes hand. That's a nice upgrade, and this is kind of a unique handset too, which is cool. We'll continue on. Here's a look at the new Bracelet Clasp. So this is going to be a huge improvement over the old stamp steel style, where you have to use your nail, and sometimes it's very difficult to get in there and get that. A lot of people get frustrated with the bracelet clasp that Vostoks typically come with. This one here has the push button releases, so that is super cool, and I really want to get one of these watches. That way I can play around with this new bracelet. And it is signed too. You can see right there with the Vostok Cyrillic B. So overall, a huge upgrade in the bracelet. And we'll look at the clasp in a little more detail here in a minute. Here's that case back I was telling you about. So you get the Neptune engraving, which is I think one of the coolest case backs that Vostok makes, although they make a ton of really neat case back designs. And here's a look at that bracelet, and we'll look at a couple YouTube videos here in just a second. But you can see we actually get a milled clasp. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for this for a long time from Vostok, and it looks like Vostok is finally coming out with a solid. All the links here are solid, the end links are solid, the clasp has been upgraded, and we're getting a milled clasp here. So this is a pretty significant upgrade over the normally really uncomfortable, poorly made Vostok bracelets that we all know. Usually we just replace those with something better typically, but this one here looks to be way better than the old style. So this is the main thing I wanted to show you guys, is this upgraded bracelet on this 960 SE, and also those really cool color updates. But let's quickly go over here and look at a couple YouTube videos. So I've got Marinone's YouTube page up here, so all credit to this goes to his YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe to them if you're interested in Vostok watches. He usually shows little previews, so these are about 20-30 seconds a piece. So I've got the blue/green color, as well as the one that I really wanted to buy, this orange. So let's quickly just watch these so you can see what it looks like in real life. So beautiful watch, looks awesome, wears beautiful. There's a look at the clasp there with that B, case back, crown. Again, a look at the case back. And let me actually pause that so we can see the end links here. These end links here are going to fold over. You can see that it's like a female design. So this is going to really contour to your wrist, which is a huge upgrade over traditional Vostoks. There's another look at it there. So you can see that this will basically fold probably flat against the case back or close to it. And we'll look at the clasp here in just a second. Great looking watch in this color. I like that bluish green color. It's unique and just looks nice. Really upset that I missed out on these watches, so I'm hoping they come back into stock soon. So there's a look at the new blue-green one, and let's switch over here to the orange, the one that I really wanted to get, but again, it is sold out. Look at that color. That is just beautiful. Really pops. That would make a awesome spring/summer watch. There's a good look at the clasp. So let me just back it up just a second here. Sorry guys. So you can see the clasp in a little more detail. Of course, those push button releases, solid milled clasp, guys. This is really impressive for a Vostok. So there's a look at it there. Huge improvement. And we'll let this play out. There's a look at the case back again. We'll just let this cycle through, and then we'll wrap this video up. But overall, guys, pretty excited about these new releases from Vostok. I think it's a pretty big breakthrough to have a new bracelet design, and it looks to be quite a bit higher quality than the man, that's a nice looking watch. But anyways, the bracelet looks to be quite an upgrade over the old style that we all know. The hair pullers, very uncomfortable. They don't really articulate very well. This one here is going to be a huge upgrade in my opinion. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for these probably to come back in stock, hopefully soon. It may be a while, but we can only hope that they'll basically come back in stock here soon. So it's these three watches. You just have to go to Marinome and keep an eye out for it. I think you can actually sign up for an email notification somewhere on here. There it is, notify if available. So you can sign up for that and they'll send you an email when they are available again. And just in case you guys didn't know, let's see if we can find the dimensions on this Neptune real quick. So great case size, so 40 millimeter case diameter, 39, not really lug to lug, it's just basically to this hard edge on the top of the bottom of the case, 22 millimeter lug width. But again, this is kind of a unique bracelet here. And also the 960 case is kind of unique, but really cool looking watches. I'm really upset that I missed out on these. So like I mentioned guys, if you're interested in one of these SE watches from Vostok, when they're in stock, just purchase them. Don't be like me and wait a day and then they basically disappear. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, taking a look at these new Vostok watches and this really sweet new bracelet from Vostok. So if you got any questions or comments on this video, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.